Welcome to Knockout Crypto. Thank you for following our channel on YouTube. You can find us on YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. This is our Twitter page. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. As you know earlier, I posted some information. I posted this article on Twitter after the Bitcoin boom, hard lessons for cryptocurrency investors. Before we go into the article, I want to jump into the market cap right now. Crypto market cap is $206 billion right now. Bitcoin's price is $6,330.21. Ethereum has pulled back from 300 a little bit. Ethereum's 277. Right now, I've been watching Ethereum closely because Ethereum is going to let us know if the altcoin rally is going to start again. Ripple's at 32 cents. Bitcoin Cash is 521. EOS at 478, Stellar at 21 cents, Litecoin $54.14, Tether is always $1, Cardano has fallen to 9 cents, IOTA is 50 cents, Tron is 2 cents, Ethereum Classic is $12.38, Dash is $144.05, Neo is $17.45, Binance is $9.63, NEM is 10 cents, Tezos is $1.34, VeChain 1 cent. And Zcash is 133. This is our top 20 coins right now. I'll go to 25. Amici is 371. List is 381. 0x is 69 cents. Quantum is 417. And Ontology is 222. Okay. So after the Bitcoin boom, hard lessons for cryptocurrency investors. Tony Yu, a financial analyst in Los Angeles, invested more than $100,000 of his savings last fall. At the lowest point, his holdings dropped almost 70% in value. San Francisco, Pete Roberts of Nottingham, England, was one of the many risk takers who threw their savings in the cryptocurrencies when the prices were going through the roof last winter. Now, 8 months later, the $23,000 he invested in several digital tokens is worth about $4,000, and he's clear-headed about what happened. I got too caught up in the fear of missing out and trying to make a quick buck. The losses have pretty much left me financially ruined. Mr. Roberts, 28, has a lot of company. After the latest round of big price drops, many cryptocurrencies have given back all of the enormous gains they've experienced last winter. The value of all outstanding digital tokens has fallen about $600 billion, or 75%, since the peak in January, according to data from the website CoinMarketCap.com. The vital currency markets have been through booms and busts before and recovered to boom again, but this bust could have a more lasting impact on the technology's adoption because of the sheer number of ordinary people who invested in digital tokens over the last year and who are likely to associate cryptocurrencies with financial ruin for a very long time. What the average Joe hears now is how friends lost fortunes, says Alex Kruger, a former banker who has been trading in the cryptocurrency markets for some time. Irrational exuberance leads to financial overhang and slows progress. A screen showing exchange rate of cryptocurrency at Bithumb Exchange in Seoul, South Korea in June. The damage from the big price drops in virtual currencies is likely to be particularly bad in places like South Korea, where ordinary investors jumped in with abandon. It's hard to know how many cryptocurrency investors are now in the red, with holdings worth less than the money they put in. Many who have lost money in recent months have gotten into the markets before the big run-up last year, and their holdings are still worth more than their initial investments. But to many metrics, more people put money in virtual currencies last fall and winter than all of the preceding 9 or so years. Coinbase, the largest cryptocurrency brokerage in the United States, doubled its number of customers between October and March. The startup Square began allowing the users of its mobile app Square Cash to buy Bitcoin last November. Almost all of the new customers on Coinbase and Square would be in the red if they bought cryptocurrencies at any point over the last 9 months and held on to them. The New York Times explains what is the blockchain and how does it work, what is Bitcoin and how does it work, what is Ethereum and how does it work, what is the initial coin offering and how it works. This is the New York Times. The damage is likely to be particularly bad in places like South Korea and Japan, where there was a minimal cryptocurrency activity before last year and where ordinary investors with little expertise jumped in with abandon. In South Korea, the biggest exchanges opened storefronts to make investment easier for people who did not feel comfortable doing it online. The offices of one big exchange, Coin One, had just one customer walk in during a 2-hour period in the middle of the day last week. An employee, Young Jung Hoon, said the prices of digital tokens have fallen so much that people seem to feel upset. Kim Young-jung, a 45-year-old teacher and mother of one who lives on the outskirts of Seoul, said she put about 100 million won or $90,000 into cryptocurrencies last fall. She drew on savings, an insurance policy, and a $25,000 loan. Her investments are now down about 90%. I thought that cryptocurrencies would be the one and only breakthrough for ordinary, hardworking people like us. I thought my family and I could escape hardship and live more comfortably, but it turned out to be the other way around. Wow, that's sad. In the United States, Charles Herman, a 29-year-old small business owner in Charleston, South Carolina, became obsessed with virtual currencies in September. He said how now felt that he had wasted 10 months of his life trying to play the markets. While he's essentially back to the 4,000 he put in, he's salving on the revolutionary promises that virtual currency fanatics made for the technology last year, and it has resumed investing his money in real estate. I guess I thought we were sticking it to the man when I got on board, but I think the man had already caught on and had an exit strategy. Two technicians at the Bit Farms, a cryptocurrency mining operation in Quebec. Much of the anger that investors feel is toward the smaller virtual currencies or altcoins that entrepreneurs sold in so-called initial coin offerings. These coins were supposed to serve as payment mechanisms for new software that the entrepreneurs were building. But almost none of these companies have delivered the software they promised, leaving the tokens useless except as speculative assets. Several coins have been exposed as outright scams. I think I'd like to see most alts go to zero before I feel like the whole space isn't overpriced. Wow. Bitcoin has generally held on better with investors. It is down about 70% from all-time highs, rather than the 90% losses that lesser-known digital tokens have suffered, but it too has struggled to win much use beyond speculative investments. We also saw that Bitcoin isn't ready for mass adoption in day-to-day use. Despite this pessimism, the social networks where cryptocurrency fanatics gather to trade information are full of people talking about their intention to hold on to their coins in the hope that they will recover once the technology has time to catch up with the hype. Tony Yu, 26-year-old financial analyst in Los Angeles, invested more than $100,000 of his savings last fall. At the lowest point, his holdings dropped almost 70% in value. But Mr. Yu is still a big believer in the idea that these tokens can provide a new way to transact online without the big corporate middleman we rely on today. Many of the groups that raised money last year are still working on the projects they promised, with lots of serious engineers drawn to the projects. There's just so much more behind this new wave of technology and innovation that I'm sure will take over our society in due time, Mr. Yu said. His price is down so much, he said that he was actually looking to put more money into the markets. That thinking has been encouraged by people who invested in Bitcoin in 2013 when it first topped $1,000. The bull market that followed was that bull market was followed by a crash in which the price of Bitcoin dropped more than 80%. But after a long follow-up period, the price recovered. Even with recent losses, the value of one Bitcoin was hovering around 6,300 on Monday, up more than 500% from the peak of 2013. That's 5 years ago. We're in June 2018, so that's 5 years. 5 years ago, I was broke, unemployed, and ashamed to use my real name. Ryan Select's popular virtual currency personality wrote on Twitter last week, "For the new fanatics, stick around for your own 14 months, 85% downdraft, and you will not regret it." Twitter is also filled with complaints like the one from a username Not So Frugal Joey. "It's really hard to stomach losing all my hard-earned money. I just broke down and cried." One Reddit, a user in United Arab Emirates posted a picture of the $100,000 loan that he had taken out in December to buy cryptocurrencies, and that he would now be paying back out of his salary for the next 3 years. Mr. Roberts, the British investor who has seen most of his $23,000 vanish, is holding on to his coins in case they turn around, but from now he has stopped trading and looking for another job. "I'm living off the little savings that I have left in my bank account. I've made a mistake, and now I'm going to have to unfortunately pay the cost for the next few years." So wow, so is this a sign that we're at the bottom when we're seeing these kind of articles from the New York Times? You know, people having hard lessons after the cryptocurrency and boom. Are these the kind of articles that we're seeing? Are we at a bottom? We know that Bitcoin Cash recently came out. After peaking in November, Bitcoin's cash marketization has dropped about 85%, down to 9.4 billion. So yeah, there is a lot of coins that are down by a lot, and a lot of people are now cashing out, or they're just giving up on cryptocurrency. Is cryptocurrency dead? No, I don't think cryptocurrency is dead. I think what we're seeing is cryptocurrency is going through a bear market, and those that hold and are not weak hands will win in the end. I think these articles are signs that we are in that bear market, and the current demand for cryptos is down, but that doesn't mean that cryptos can't come back. It may take 3, it may take 4, it may take 5 years, but the technology and the facts are still there. So thank you for following my channel. Let me know what you think of the New York Times article about the Bitcoin boom and the crash afterwards. Let me know what you think about it. Thank you for following knockoutcrypto.com.